Hey you guys, it's Debbie from My Vagabond Style, and I am back today with week 52. We made it. And Merry Christmas, you guys. It's Christmas Eve when this is coming out. And thank you to those of you that have joined me through this whole journey and those that have hopped on, down the line. I so appreciate you. It's been so fun, and I'm looking forward to next year. So this week, I thought this was going to be like simple, really easy, and I would just make it all work, right? Well, it hasn't been that easy, to be honest with you, but it's been super fun. So I want to show you this. I learned some things along the way, and I hope that if you do try them, maybe the hours that I spent to do this one, will help you down the line. So what I did was I found on Pinterest this picture that I liked, and I thought it was so cute. And I thought, oh my gosh, I can do that with my magazines. How I've done those other weeks that I did. That was last week. I did one similar style, and then I did one. So that was week 51, and then I did another one that was week 49. So if you want to go back and look at those, go ahead, and those were really fun too. So, what I did learn with this one was that there were a lot of colors that were similar, and I was having kind of a hard time figuring out, did I do that color? So, what I did was I came up with this idea here, and I actually numbered them. So, if they were the same color, I put the number 3 on there. So, when I went to do it, I knew if this part was done in this similar um, value that it would be the same over here. So that helped a ton. Then I printed out like probably 5 of these in just black and white because I knew I would be cutting them up trying to make pieces similar to that or very close. Here's some of the ones I used. Like this one was when I was doing his eyes. I haven't finished this, but what I did was I got all the pieces cut out and I hid my prompts in there. So what I did was, let's see, something that jumps. So I'll tell you right now that I used a penguin, which I could also say the dog is something that jumps too, but I hid a penguin in there. And then let's see, a coupon, I did not use that one. A tree with fruit or blossoms, I'm going to use that, I think, in the background. I don't have the background picked out yet, but that's kind of was my idea. Something you're thankful for. Well, in National Geographic, there was a spread on the desert, and I'm thankful for the desert because that's where we live outside of Phoenix, and so that is one of the things I'm thankful for. Then let's see, something that starts with an N. I found this nuclear power plant, which was Chernobyl, and so I used a lot of my grays out of that. So that's my N for nuclear. And then the other one was a bonus was any kind of tag. So I used, these are tags, and I just cut them up and I'll use those little pieces in there. Okay, so this is very messy when you do this. So just be prepared. And then you'll lose a piece here and there and have to go make it again. All right, so this is what I did. I did start, so I cut out just his head, and there's my penguin right there. And um, so after that, I started on the nose. This has got some of the nuclear power plant right here. And then I thought, okay, I'm stopping. I don't want to get too far, and I will carry on from there. So my pieces, like I said, are all cut out, and I just need to put them together. It sounds a little easier than it is. Here's more of the nuclear power plant. And I did his eyes already because those took a little time. They're very detailed. I mean, that little white piece right there is the actual skinny little piece. And then I used a little white gel pen right there. And same with this eye. Okay, guys, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to have to do a voiceover on this. it was very much this was intense, like to try to figure it all out, and I knew I couldn't talk and put it all together at the same time. So, yep, voiceover is the only way to go for this. So, anyway, I'm just kind of putting the pieces that I already cut out together and kind of mapping it out again. I have him sitting next to me just to kind of gauge where I might want it. My pieces are not exact. It would have been a whole lot easier if I would have been exact, but that's pretty hard to do. So I just kind of went with what I had and made it work. Another thing that I thought would be really good to use with this is if you go on Pinterest and you look up stained glass patterns, there's all kinds of stained glass patterns in there. And I think maybe another one I'm going to try, I'll use one of those stained glass patterns and see how that works. Also, if you're not using prompts and you're just looking through magazines for different images, that's gonna be so fun to try to, just find things to hide in there that are, not any kind of prompt related. So I'm really looking forward to doing some more of these, but not with prompts because you don't really need prompts to do these. I hope you'll give it a try. And if you do, make sure that you look me up on Instagram. It's still my Vagabond style, but send me a message. I'd love to see what you do. I do have a whole playlist of all 52 of these. So if you go to my channel and look under my playlist, you'll find that for the 2023 CWP. And it's got from 1 to 52 in there. And also, I have another master playlist of what it is anybody that I could find that had done a Marguerite Miller during the year, I added one of their videos to that playlist. So you'll be able to find lots of people that do collage. It's a great way to find new channels, and I hope you enjoy that. Also, some other things that I've been doing. If you look, I have a playlist and it's called Flipping with Friends, and it's the Marguerite Miller, some of your favorites and some people you don't even know probably I've interviewed, and not all the interviews are out yet. So I hope you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so that you'll see when another interview pops up. I've had more fun meeting all these different artists. It's been really great. And you guys get to put a face to maybe somebody that you've been following that you don't even know what they look like, but you feel like you're friends because you've been watching their channel for so long. So that was really fun. I've been putting those out every Wednesday. A new one will come out, so look for those on Wednesdays. So most of the pieces you'll see I used glue stick on, and then some of the pieces you'll see I used art glitter glue. Just, once you put art glitter glue on it, you only have, a second or two before you can't move it anymore. So if you see me using art glitter glue on any of these pieces, it was because I was sure I wasn't going to have to move them once I stuck them down. Some of the ones I just did a little dab um, of glue stick and knowing that I probably would move it down the line. His eyes, I feel like you need to work a lot on the eyes. Like I spent a lot of time kind of getting them the size and the shape that I wanted because that just sort of brought everything to life. If your eyes aren't good, your piece is not going to be good. So, take some time with the eyes. And I might even go back and put some eyelashes on there. I'm not sure. Yeah. So, remember in the beginning when I said about losing a piece? I lost the piece, the little puppy toes. So, I had to go back and luckily I still had the little pattern piece. So, I'm just kind of replicating what I had before and making some more puppy toes. I do eventually find them. I find them when I'm cleaning up. So, just lots of small pieces to work with. Yeah, and when I'm creating something, like I'm not the most organized person. I have my desk is a complete disaster. I have to like every now and then stop, take a break, and kind of clean up. I'm also right here, you see me pulling off part of the ear. I felt like it was down a little, and see, that's a good one I did on glue stick so I could move it. But I felt like it was way too low. So I just moved it up a little bit and put a little more glue stick on there just in case I want to move it again. Yeah, that was much better once I moved it up. And then here on the side, I just felt like it was not the right shape. So I just kind of cut in and I liked that better. See what this maybe looks like in the background. I feel like because he's, I don't want to take away from what he's got going on here. I just don't think that if I put him on something flower, like a background of trees, I just think it's going to totally take away from him. And I like him the way he is. So I think I'm going to put him on here. I do like in this picture that they have, something like he's sitting on these planks of wood. So I'm going to look to see if I can find anything like that and then maybe put it, here below him. So I will be right back. Okay, so I came up with this for the background and it is not a tree that's actually blooming, but there's some blossoms there. There's some leaves from a tree, and I'm going to go with it. So, sometimes with this, I know that I don't want to follow the prompts to a T because the prompts are made to help us, to give us a direction and some inspiration. Once you get something that you really like, I feel like you're kind of bending your creativity to, just to follow the rules. But, you know, I don't think that that's what Marguerite really wanted us to do was to stifle our creativity just to meet a prompt. So I hope you understand that I didn't do a tree. Okay. So with that, I'll go back and I will glue down the rest of these, better. They're just in the interest of time. I did it this way. So I hope you enjoyed this and let me know if you have any questions on this, what you think of it, and I will catch you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.